Hello students, today we will take up the second part of the nitro compounds, which is aromatic nitro compounds. So let us start with the presentation. So what are aromatic nitro compounds? Nitro compounds, that means they have NO2 functional group attached to a benzene ring. And how are they named? They are named by prefixing nitro to the name of the arene in which the NO2 group is substituted. For example, when there is one NO2 group substituted, so that is called nitrobenzene. So when there is another methyl group adjacent to the nitro group, it is called 2-nitrotoluene. Then 1,3-dinitrobenzene or meta-dinitrobenzene, and the fourth example is 4-nitrophenol. Now, how are these aromatic nitro compounds prepared? So, first method of preparation is from diazonium salt. That means benzene N2Cl, that is benzene diazonium chloride. So, when they are treated with nitrous acid, HONO or HNO2 in the presence of Cu2O, that is cuprous oxide, we get a nitro substituted compound. So, the N2Cl group gets converted to the NO2 group. And then the second method is by using sulfuric acid nitric acid combination. It is called as nitration or nitrating mixtures. So nitrating mixture is what? It is a combination of concentrated HNO3 and concentrated sulfuric acid, and it adds a NO2 plus group to the benzene ring. So there are some certain examples given over here. When there is only benzene ring, then nitro substituted benzene, like nitro substituted aromatic compound is obtained. When there is already a methyl group, then the entering electrophile, that is NO2 plus, it goes either to the like both ortho and para positions, and we get a mixture of ortho para products. Now, if we see the mechanism, so there is firstly, because of this strong nitrating mixture, there is generation of a strong electrophile, that is NO2 plus. It is called nitronium ion. So the first step is the formation of the electrophile. Second step, this electrophile then goes and attacks the benzene ring, and it gives an overall plus charge to the ring. Then, to maintain the electrical neutrality, and H plus ion, and the carbon to which the NO2 group is attached, that hydrogen, it goes away and takes away with it the plus charge. So H plus ion is removed, and we get a nitro substituted benzene. Now let us see some electrophilic substitution reactions. So the nitro group, if you see the kind of, the nature of this nitro group is that it is strongly deactivating group. That means it deactivates the benzene ring towards electrophilic substitution. So when there is benzene ring with a nitro group attached to it, it actually deactivates the ring towards substitution. It does not allow the substitution to happen. And that is why such compounds, if they are required to undergo substitution, then it requires very strong or very harsh conditions like strong acids or higher temperature. So how this deactivating nature is explained, it is explained at the bottom. If you see, there are 5 resonating structures. So what the nitro group does, because of its electron withdrawing nature, that is plus I effect, and because it also imparts resonance to the whole ring, that is minus R effect, that is why what it does is that it disperses plus charge in the ring at the ortho and para positions. So what happens that it withdraws the electrons from the benzene ring, and thus it deactivates for attack of the electrophile. Since already these sites are occupied by plus charge, so plus charge in the entering electrophile also, that also positive charge. So they both repel each other, and hence the reaction does not happen. So an electrophile which is seeking to attack at the most electron-rich position, so which position is remained, because the ortho and para positions are themselves positively charged, and electrophile is itself positively charged, so they will repel. So what position is left? It is only the meta position that is left. That is why nitro group is meta-directing. Okay. Then, if we see the certain kinds of reaction, like I just told, that it requires harsh conditions. So nitrobenzene, it requires nitrating mixture, higher temperature, 363 Kelvin, and it gives a meta-dinitrobenzene or meta derivative. Then similar for sulfonation, the entering electrophile is SO3 plus. So that SO3H plus. So again, that also goes to the meta position. Then if you see chlorination also, it is done using FeCl3 as the reagent, and that also happens at the meta position. Now there are certain important points to remember. So there is one called Friedel-Crafts reaction. So what happens is that the presence of nitro group in the benzene nucleus, it deactivates it and it reduces the electron density at the ortho and para position because of the resonance effect. And so compounds which have deactivating and meta-directing groups, they do not undergo Friedel-Crafts reaction. And that is also the reason that nitro aromatic compounds also do not show this reaction. And in fact, nitrobenzene is used as a rather solvent in the Friedel-Crafts reaction because it is itself unreactive. Now, let us see some nucleophilic reactions. So, nucleophiles, usually we know that they do not react with benzene. Why? Because benzene ring is itself electron rich and nucleophiles are also electron rich. So, both being electron rich, they will repel. But what happens when a nitro group is inserted in the benzene ring? Because it is a deactivating and electron withdrawing group, so it withdraws the electron density from the benzene ring towards itself, making it more prone for nucleophilic attack. That is why we find that the nucleophile which is seeking to attack at the most electron deficient site, because we know we have seen how NO2 group distributes the positive charge in the ring. It provides positive charge to the ortho and para position. So these are electron deficient site. Nucleophile is electron rich, so it will go to the ortho and para position. So the nucleophile, it attacks at the ortho and para position, whereas the electrophile, it will attack at the meta position. So let us see some nucleophilic substitution reaction. First is when there is vacant ortho and para positions. For example, nitrobenzene, when it is fused with KOH, it forms a mixture of ortho and para nitrophenol. Then the second one is substitution of the halogen group located at the ortho para position. So when nitro group is present at the ortho and para position, but not the meta position, with respect to the halogen atom in the benzene ring, it actually activates the halogen towards the nucleophilic substitution reaction. How you see that? Here, in all these cases, the NO2 and the halogen group, the chlorine group, they are either ortho or para to each other, and hence the mechanism is given in the square bracket, how this mechanism happens, how this reaction happens, and we get the respective products. Now, there is something important to note over here is that greater the number of such activating groups in the ortho and para position with respect to the halogen atom, greater is the reactivity of the haloarenes in the nucleophilic substitution reaction. And the vacant ortho and para position, they do not undergo nucleophilic substitution because ortho and para positions are electron deficient, but halogen being a better leaving group than hydrogen. So here the leaving ability of the halogen group overpowers the nucleophilic attack at the ortho and para positions. Now, if you see the mechanism, so it is called as Mesenheimer mechanism. It is also called as nucleophilic. SNAR means aromatic nucleophilic substitution reaction. This could be addition, elimination. Now, this is one of the most important mechanism of nucleophilic aromatic substitution in nitroarenes. The first step is like it is mentioned, addition followed by elimination. So the first step is addition. So what happens is first the nucleophile will add, it will form an intermediate, then the leaving group will leave or it will get eliminated. So in the first addition step, what happens? The reaction begins with the tag by the nucleophile on the ring carbon bearing the leaving group. This produces an intermediate, like I told, and anionic, because nucleophile is anionic or negatively charged, so it will disperse its negative charge in the ring. This complex, this intermediate complex, it is called as Mesenheimer complex, and it is stabilized by resonance. How? There are 4 resonating structures which are given at the bottom. Then second step is elimination step. Now what happens that this ring, this undergoes re-aromatization with the loss of the leaving group, and the first step in which the ring loses its aromatic stabilization and the anion intermediate is produced, or the Mesenheimer complex is produced. That step is actually the slowest or the rate determining step. Okay, but the reaction will not give the product immediately. What happens that after the intermediate, Mesenheimer intermediate is formed, it resonance stabilizes itself, but that is not sufficient for the intermediate complex. It must be stabilized by a strong electron withdrawing group in ortho and para position with respect to the leaving group. So The most important electron withdrawing group here is the nitro group. What will it do? It will activate the ring for the nucleophilic aromatic substitution with a strong nucleophile at moderate temperatures. Usually the reaction requires higher temperature, but when NO2 group is present, it will happen at a lower temperature also. So why? Because why this reaction is happening, why this mechanism is supported? Because the Mesenheimer complex, it has been trapped, and the nature of the leaving group has also little effect on the course of the reaction. Next, we see the reaction of the alkyl group located at the ortho and para position to the nitro group. So when an alkyl group is present at the ortho and para with respect to the NO2 group. Now, you know that NO2 group at the ortho and para position, it will, what will it do? When it is NO2 is ortho and para with respect to the alkyl group, it will alter its properties. Now, the hydrogen atom of the alkyl group, which is attached to the benzene ring, they are not acidic. We know that. So what will happen? There will be condensation reaction, like with aldehydes and ketones. But if the NO2 groups are present, then what will happen? Instead of this reaction, the benzylic CH bond, it will get activated, and the benzene carbon can participate in the condensation reactions. As you can see here, what will happen that there is a benzaldehyde and then there is a benzene ring with an alkyl and para to it, and NO2 group is present. So what will happen? It will help in this condensation reaction, and we get a para-nitro-stilbene as the product. Now we see how this nitro group gets replaced by some other group. So replacement of the nitro group. So since the nitro group is firmly attached to the ring aromatic nucleus, and it is very difficult to basically displace it by other groups. But what happens is that in polynitro compounds, that means when there are more than one nitro groups present at the ortho and para positions, then nucleophilic substitution of the nitro group does happen. So when there are two NO2 group para to each other, then in presence of KOH, one of the NO2 group will be converted to the OH group, so we get para-nitrophenol, or in presence of a base like amide, NaNH2, it will get converted to an amine NH2 group. It will get replaced, NO2 group will get reduced to an NH2 group. Now there are certain reactions we will see of the nitro compounds. So first is the reduction, and first kind of reduction is the catalytic reduction. It means a catalyst, hydrogen palladium catalyst is used. What will it do? NO2 group will get reduced by the catalyst to NH2 group. Now in this reaction, different products are formed under different conditions. Okay, so you see in how many steps this reaction happens. The top one reaction happens first, the NO2 group, nitrobenzene, it accepts one H plus, so it gets converted to an intermediate nitrosobenzene. One oxygen is removed. Then further it gets converted to hydroxylamine, phenyl hydroxylamine. So there is two hydrogens added in between the N and O. Okay, and then further there is another hydrogen atom added, and the OH group is, it goes away, water is removed, and we get aniline. Now reduction we see in different media. Now in acidic medium, what happens is that with metals and acids like tin or zinc, metal is there, and there is an acid like HCl or TiCl3. What happens that similar products we get. Now in neutral medium, what happens when iron and steam is used, then NO2 gets converted not to the amine but nitroso compound, nitroso derivative. When zinc, tin, and ammonium chloride instead of the acid, ammonium chloride is used, or calcium chloride is used in the neutral medium, then it gets converted to hydroxylamine. Okay, the mechanism is given at the bottom. Then in alkaline medium, if you see, first a nitrosobenzene is formed, then it gets reduced and finally it gives hydroxylamine. Okay, now these reacts with each other in the alkaline medium to first form azoxybenzene, and then it gives azobenzene, and finally we get hydroazobenzene. So first nitrosobenzene, it gets converted, it gets reduced, okay, and it gives hydroxylamine, then azobenzene, then hydroazobenzene. Okay, now when this reduction is done by methanolic sodium methoxide, it forms azoxybenzene. And nitrobenzene, when it is reduced with alkaline medium, but sodium, using sodium or sodium cyanide or zinc or methanolic, any of which, then it gives azobenzene. When it is reduced with zinc dust and coage, then it forms hydroazobenzene. And the reaction is given at in the right corner. Okay. So it gives azobenzene and azoxybenzene using different reagents. So we see that in alkaline medium also, when we use different reagents, we get different derivatives. The next one is the electrolytic reduction. So when we use a very strongly acidic medium, then the nitrobenzene, it gets reduces first to the intermediate, that's hydroxylamine. Further, it gets rearranged in the acidic medium. And how this rearrangement happens from the hydroxylamine, we know hydroxylamine is what? NH2R NHOH. Okay. So it will give the OH group of the hydroxylamine. It goes to the other position, rearranges, and it gives aminophenol derivative. Now, when the same reaction is done in the alkaline medium, then nitrobenzene reduces first to form hydroazobenzene. Again, it rearranges. So this NH-NH bond, it gets rearranges. The whole compound gets reversed, and it gives NH2NH2 at the corners. And that product is called as benzidine. And this benzidine is used in the formation of azodies. That is called as benzidine rearrangement. So this rearrangement of hydroazobenzene to benzidine, it is called as benzidine rearrangement. And what is this benzidine rearrangement? There is cleavage of this NN bond and migration of the phenyl groups to the para positions. Then we see there is selective reduction. Now, what kind of selective reduction means? When there are some other groups also present along with the NO2 group, like alkene or an aldehyde group are present on the ring, then the nitro group, it may be selectively reduced to the amino group using certain reagents like alkaline ferrous sulfate if we use. So there will be no effect on the alkene or the aldehyde group, but that NO2 group will be specifically converted to the NH2 group. Okay, the same example is given over here. So once there is CH2CH2, that is benzene with CH double bond CH2 is styrene. With the nitro derivative, it is called as orthonitrostyrene. And then it gets converted to orthoaminostyrene. Okay. Similarly, when there is benzaldehyde, so when there is NO2 para to it, that is para-nitrobenzaldehyde, it gets reduced to para-aminobenzaldehyde. Now, there is something important to note over here is when there are two nitro groups present, then one of them may be selectively reduced to the sorry, wrong, it is written wrong, but to the amino group, okay, using NH4,2S, ammonium hydrogen sulfide, okay, or sodium polysulfide also as the reducing agent. Now, when we reduce it with some metal hydride like NaBH4, Li or LiAlH4, La that we call it, then we know that they are very strong reducing agents. So La, it reduces nitrobenzene to azobenzene, whereas NaBH4, it reduces this to aniline. So you have to remember with La, what is the product, with NaBH4, what is the product. Now, if you see with La reaction again, it is giving aliphatic nitro compounds. They are reduced to primary amines. So this is a point of difference. So with aromatic amines, the product is a different one. But with aliphatic amines, La gives a different product. It gives the amino, it reduces the NO2 group to the NH2 group. But when a benzene ring is present, it reduces the NO2 group not directly to NH2, but azobenzene. Then there is reductive removal of NO2 group. Now that means the NO2 group, it can be removed from the aromatic ring via reduction. So we can not only restrict the reduction from NO2 to NH2 only, but this NH2 group, like nitrogen compound group, can as a whole be removed from the ring. So how it can be done? Once we convert the NO2 to the NH2 using stannous chloride or SnHCl, and then this NH2 group can be converted to diazonium salt N2Cl using NaNO2HCl mixture. Then when this is heated in the presence of phosphoric acid and cuprous chloride, what will happen is that it will, the NO2 group, the nitrogen N2 will, it will escape, and the chlorine will also get removed, and we get benzene. So nitro group can be removed also. So what we have to do, first we have to reduce it to the amine, then we have to convert it to the diazonium salt using HNO2, that is NaNO2HCl mixture. And then we have to remove this diazonium salt using NaBH4 sodium borohydride or hypophosphorus acid copper mixture. Now comes very important part, that is applications. So nitro compounds, they are used. The most common nitro compound is TNT, that is trinitrotoluene, which is used as an explosive in bombs, and it is one of the potential human carcinogen. It is cancer causing compound, and if this TNT is consumed, then it produces red urine. Why? Because it creates a lot of breakdown products, and it is very dangerous also. So how it is formed, TNT, how it is formed when toluene is made to react with fuming nitric acid, sulfuric acid mixture, that is nitrating mixture, then three NO2 groups get substituted in the benzene ring and we get trinitrotoluene. Then there is TNB, that is trinitrobenzene also. It is even more explosive than TNT. So when this carboxylic acid with 3NO2 group, it is reacted with the soda lime, then this carbon dioxide like COOH group is removed as carbon dioxide and we get trinitrobenzene. That is even more explosive than TNT. One very important compound is picric acid. We use it in organic practicals also. It's also called as picronitric acid or a carbazotic acid or nitroxanthric acid. Now, how it is prepared? It is prepared from phenol. So when phenol, it is made to react with concentrated HNO3 in the presence of sulfuric acid, that is nitrating mixture, we get picric acid, which is 2,4,6-trinitrophenol. The other method of preparation is from picryl chloride. So when picryl chloride, it is treated with water at 40 degrees, it also produces the chlorine, the halogen atom, it gets replaced by or the substituted by the OH group, and we get trinitrophenol, that is picric acid. Then from phenyl derivatives also, phenol derivatives also like salicylic acid, acetyl salicylic acid also, we get this. So in place of phenol, salicylic acid or acetyl salicylic acid are nitrated. And the sulfuric acid, what it does, it breaks down the acetyl salicylic acid or the aspirin to acetic acid and salicylic acid. Then the salicylic acid then gets converted to phenol. And then this phenol, it undergoes a lot of nitration reaction using the nitrating mixture and it gets converted to picric acid. Now, a very important property of picric acid is the formation of charge transfer complex, which we also do during detection of the picric acid. So what it does, picric acid, it combines with electron rich compounds. Why? Because there are 3 NO2 groups which are very highly electron withdrawing. So they withdraw all the electron density towards themselves from the benzene ring, making it electron deficient. So an electron rich compound like for example, R3N. So there is a lone pair of electron on the nitrogen atom. So it is electron rich. So it donates its lone pair of electron, forming a coordinate bond or a charge transfer complex. And we get these complexes, which are called as picrates. And they are in the ratio of 1:1. So 1:1 means if there is one molecule of the picric acid, there is similarly same proportion, one molecule of the donor also. And such compounds, they have characteristic melting points. Now, very important thing to remember is that the picrates of the amines, particularly of the more basic ones, they are generally more stable than the molecular complexes formed between picric acid and the hydrocarbons. These picrates which are formed, they're actually more stable. Why? Because of this charge transfer complex. And the second important reaction is halogenation. So with SOCl2 or PCl5, it gives respective picryl chloride, like I just told before. So the OH group gets replaced by the chloride group or the halogen group. But if you want to do this reaction with the halogen acids like HCl, then this will have no effect on the reaction. Now in the last slide, I have given a gist of all the reactions that I've mentioned in this topic. So you can just go through it. This is for your self usage. So that's all for this on this topic, students. Thank you.